Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Cubica AMF Tech Tip Podcast. This is the weekly podcast where we take you on a journey through the fascinating world of bowling technology and beyond. And as always, I am your host, Orly, and I'm very excited to have a returning guest. We have John Kilpatrick. John, welcome to the show.
Hey, Orly, thanks for having me back. I'm excited to be here today.
And John, for those that might not have caught you on the show last time, do you want to let everyone know what you do with Cubica AMF?
Yeah, certainly. I'm one of the trainers with Cubica AMF. So I get to go out to the centers, work with the proprietors, managers, help them understand their system a little bit better. I'm also a bowling center owner and operator. So I always like to approach anything with Conqueror with a very, how can we make this practical use for your centers?
The trainers, honestly, everybody's important at Cubica AMF, but the trainers, man, because again, I helped open a center and the trainers are just awesome when they come out. They help you so much, especially if you don't know what you're doing. They help you so much. They leave you with so much knowledge when they leave, and you don't want them to leave when it's time for them to leave. So
we
John,
do our job well. That's correct.
So I always joke with some of the trainers. I'm like, how many times have you been offered a job by a center? Because I'm sure like that happens all the time.
Yeah.
They don't. Yeah, they don't want you to leave. So, John, today what I wanted to talk about and wanted to see if you could let everyone know how they can do it is discounts. So as far as, that might be an employee discount, maybe it's a military discount, maybe just want a generic, 20% off, 10% off discount in there for some reason. So with that being said, if you could go over discounts with us, we'd really appreciate that.
Yeah, certainly. So, discounts are a great option in Conquer. There's a number of different ways that we can use these, either offering a percentage or even a fixed dollar amount. And we can even control who is allowed to use those coupons. So hopefully our listeners are sitting in front of their Conquer terminal, and we'll lead them to where they can find discounts.
All right.
First thing you're going to do is you're going to, across the top bar, you're going to look up setup. Under setup, you'll see on the next line, you'll see general bowling setup, and then you'll see POS setup. Make sure you don't get stuck here because POS, the point of sale button, is just above it. We're looking for POS setup specifically. On there, in the middle of the screen, we've got discounts. So let's go ahead and click on that. If you haven't set up any discounts before, that screen will be blank. You're just going to click the button that says new. You got to give the discount a name. In this case, let's call it employee meal. And we have a couple different options. One is we can have a fixed rate. This is what the percentage is going to be. So some centers I know will do like a half off for employees for their meals. So all you have to do is type in and get it to where it's 50%. You can even select specifically the days and times it's available. For this particular one, it's probably any time you're open. If somebody's hungry, we're going to let them have some food. So we're going to leave everything highlighted and we're going to hit apply. You'll see that it puts 50% everywhere. We'll hit the red X. And from here, you could choose if you want to have that 50% discount be authorization required. That's going to mean that you have to have a manager present to apply that discount. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to. Also, if you have other people on the ticket or if they've been bowling with some friends, you can have it applied to everyone else on that particular receipt. Or even at the time that you're ringing it in, though, you can select who gets or what items get this discount. And last is member category only for those centers with frequent bowler tracker. You can create a group called employees, and it will, when they swipe their membership card, which they can also use to clock in and out of the system, it'll apply that discount as well. Either way, when you're done, we hit save, and there you go. So pretty easy to make a rate discount. And again, you can use these for anything. Like if you've got a football card where, you're on one of the school's football cards. In the past, a lot of centers would maybe have 50%, we'll have, buy one, get one offers. You can change that offer now to be something a little bit more fair towards the center and go with maybe a 20% off instead of cutting your bowling price in half for the power discount. 20% is a plenty strong offer to get people through the door.
Yeah.
Or you can take a page from Kohl's and go for that sweet 30% discount. I mean, that thing, again, it works. People, Kohl's shoppers, once they get that 30% coupon, they're there. they're there. They're ready to go.
Yeah. And one thing, real quick was, when you mentioned, sometimes you want to give that 50% off to your employees. One thing I've learned is employees are a really good customer. My employees used to love to eat, and they were like, yeah, they're spending money to eat. So that's always good to offer that little discount and let them eat there.
Another option, you can also have what's called a fixed amount on your discount as well. The fixed amount, all it is instead of giving a percentage, you're giving a dollar amount. So again, it really comes down to kind of how you're viewing your special or your offer. So let's just go back to that football card. Maybe 20% off an entire group sounds like too strong of an offer. You're not quite willing to make that discount. That happens. You can have a fixed amount, and instead of saying 20% off your next visit, you can just say $5 off your next visit.
Okay.
Just a very simple dollar amount off to kind of pull people in. In Conqueror, you could also set it up as a bounce back. Within Conqueror, you have the ability to put a footer on your receipts. So during the summer, let's say you could, when folks come in to bowl, you could give them the receipt, and then on the footer of the receipt, it could say, bring this in within the next 7 days and get $5 off your next bowling adventure. Now that sounds fun. Bowling adventure. But yeah, so again, you can still use it as bounce back. You could also set up a rate for that bounce back. Again, 10% off your next visit. It's like I said, there's a lot of different options. And again, you can put as much control as you want by having authorization required and having to have, somebody who's a decision maker at your facility have to be present. Or if it's something that's just kind of going to be offered to anybody, you can have it with no authorization required, and it can just be added to that receipt. So discounts, again, great way to do promotions, great way to help get some traffic driver in at those times that you need them, and you control the offer, make it as fair to your guest and as fair to you as you possibly can.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. I've worked places in the past, and you might have that manager or owner that's like, a discount. Well, I can't be giving them all these discounts. But the thing is, like, let's be honest. If you're giving out all these discounts on a receipt or something, they're not all going to come back. Or they're not. I mean, when I'm saying they're not going to come back, I mean the actual receipt's not going to necessarily come back all the time.
Oh yeah.
So if it's an actual receipt they have to bring back, or I mean, there's a store here in town where it's like, oh, your next purchase, $5 off $25. I think I've brought that back maybe one time in 100 times. You know what I mean? It's one of those things that you're going to forget, or you're going to be, oh man, I'll use it next time. So you're not, it's not that big of a number coming off your.
The hope is that you get your employees talking to your guests and reminding them, handing that slip over and putting that little nugget in their mind that if you bring this back, you get, there's an offer there. Hopefully in the week they'll be sit down, be thinking they had such a great time out bowling with their family, their friends, whatever. And that receipt, if they hold on to it, it's just that little extra reminder of, oh, we had such a good time, and then let's go back. Maybe they see the discount on the bottom and they're like, oh yeah, I'm going to hold on to this because, it's 2024 and everybody kind of needs a little help right now with inflation.
Yeah. No. And if they do come back if they come back with that, like, it's not going to kill your center to knock off a buck or two. And the thing is, they might not have came back without that discount. So, if you're getting them back, that's always a good thing. So yeah, John, well, I appreciate you doing this one today. It was a quick, easy one, and that's always good. Yeah. And I think it's going to be able to help a lot of people, because I know there's people out there that are especially new to Conqueror that are probably saying, like, how do I offer this discount? Or, I need to get my employees set up with a discount, but they just might not know how to do it. Now they'll be able to do it thanks to you. And if anyone is new to the show, please make sure you're going back and listening to past shows. So much information that we're able to give and share with you with so many great guests. And John, until next time, I appreciate you coming on, and we will talk to everyone again soon.
All right. Sounds good. My pleasure. Thank you.